Nabota's here. It's been a while, but we finally have something new to go on concerning components to make those empty holes into ships. In episode 52 of Around the Verse, a short segment was done that gave us a quick look at the current plan, and it sounds like a pretty elegant option to thousands of parts, like we might have used in the Modularity series I was doing at the end of last year. This time, instead of being relegated to just this design post, we have a little more information on the new system, which will greatly reduce the number of parts in need of creation. The amount of information relayed to us doesn't give us much to go on, but let's talk about where we were and where it appears to be headed. This is Modularity, Part 7. Since we've had so little information on any of this, we had to do a lot of guessing, but there were a couple of things mentioned that really stood out to me. The first was having a lower number of raw components means that players will be more familiar with each component, and that it will help simplify the game in terms of rules. Rules! Granted, after a few years we're still not sure what any of these are, but it's never too late to start where it seems like would be a good beginning. Quick caveat, I'm one of those armchair developers, so you have to take what I say with a grain of salt. I have high hopes for Star Citizen, and any of my videos, including the ones that folks generally didn't like, are in the spirit of feedback. The Modularity series has been optimistic, and I was hoping to present some ideas along with getting people excited about the possibilities and implications of a type of system few have had exposure to. The next big thing was they did show a graphic that may or may not have anything to do with the system they're currently talking about, but it appeared to. A couple of developers did grace the thread on the forums with some feedback regarding questions about the new system, which left me really confused about a great number of things. I asked questions because, hey, I want to know, but to date, I've never had a response to a video, thread, post, message, or email from anyone at CIG, so I make guesses and try to be patient. If this image does actually have any current relevance to the new system, I could get pretty excited. For one, it's the first indication that CIG does perhaps intend to use volume as a qualifier for what components a ship can use. Anyone that has seen my videos knows that I think volume should be the most important aspect of a component, and that mass and all other component stats should be derived primarily from that. As they describe the system in ATB, there are now only 4 sizes of components: light, medium, heavy, and capital. What sounded really great was that the ships would have multiple units, using configurations of several smaller size components until a threshold was reached and the next size could be used. Looking at this picture, I'd have guessed 8:1, because that seems to make sense. Each size they showed doubles in dimensions, so a medium something or other is 4 times the profile and 8 times the volume of its light sibling. But a dev commented in the forums that it was 4:1 ratio, so I guess this is where a little patience would come in handy. The next thing to notice, while I'm very excited to see some volume at least accounted for, these components are tiny. The good news is that our resource pipelines are going to have to be running tight once they've got those up and running, because space on board doesn't look like it's going to be an issue. I mean, this kid here has it figured out. He dumped that cooler full of barley pops, dropped in a light power plant, a spaceship shield generator, grabbed about a liter of go juice, and FPS became FPS. First person shield. Instead of shooter. I'm sad the kid dumped the barley pops. The scale did seem a little off at first. It didn't seem right to be able to hide 100 light shield generators under the Aurora, and parking it next to as many light power plants didn't look all that wonderful either. 3 light power plants don't look too out of place in the whole, but I still feel like it's a little wonky that a light power plant and shield generator fit into a radio flyer wagon. They really do. There was also a lot of space around the 3 light power plants in the Aurora's hull though, so I started wondering about the hulls themselves again, and space requirements in terms of infrastructure. So I'll probably be back another day to begin again at the beginning and give hulls another pass, all in good fun. Thanks for watching, Neb out.